What's up, everyone? This is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing well myself. All right, we got some big news. Joe Biden has officially dropped out of the race. It's I honestly didn't think he was going to do it. I think he was going to drop out. I thought there were just going to be rumors. It wasn't going to actually drop out. So but it looks like he has officially dropped out, and he has endorsed Kamala Harris, who's been polling terribly behind him. But people already think that, oh, she's totally going to own Trump. Yet she's been polling terribly this entire time. So all of a sudden now she's, oh no, now she's a great candidate, but she's been terrible this other time, all these other times. So yeah, we'll take a look at that, and then or it's like I said, Kamala Harris is in the running again. And then Democrats are swimming in the water trying to figure out what they're going to do. Um, and they basically swindled their party's people out of their nominee. Because if you don't remember, there were a bunch of primaries. Biden was a part of it, and now they are basically meaningless because now Biden, all of a sudden, with 4 months left till the election, right? Yeah, 4 months left till the election. All of a sudden now, Biden, we're too busy for Biden. Or all of a sudden now, we're dropping Biden. We're putting the cackling hyena in instead. It's kind of gypped a lot of people that are in various states from their primary vote. And then we'll take a look at a senator who is considering to re-register an attempt to go at it again, since the DNC is in August. And then before we do any of that, we'll go over Biden's letter, his some various a speech he did, and then what else? Focus mainly on Biden. What else I got? Oh, and then the CNN reporter crying because of this. Then we'll go over some Kamala Harris. We're gonna check out the historic ending of her 2020 campaign by Tulsi Gabbard. We'll check that out, kind of showing how much what this woman is. And then we'll check out Donald Trump's response, and then we'll go to the Manchin thing. So that's what today's all about. Hope you guys will enjoy it. But before I do anything, make sure, first I'll do a little housekeeping, but also make sure to like the video. That'd really help with the algorithm. Like the video and give me a follow as well. That'd be real appreciated. But before we do anything else, let's do some house cleaning. Follow me on rumble.com/withghost. That's the best way to watch me live, as no matter what, I will always be on Rumble. It's the greatest channel going on. They are actually even introducing some of their own products to help sustain themselves, so they're not beholden to ad agencies, and they can continue to give us free speech. That's why they're able to, say fuck you whenever someone says ban this person. And then there's youtube.com/@withghost, twitch.tv/officialwithghost, and then of course there's X @officialwghost. You can find out when I go live, see some of the tweets I've been doing, some reposts, etc. And you can also watch me live if you choose to do so. All right, so let's get into it. And again, like the video, people. Fucking glasses. I am debating getting LASIK here, so I don't have to wear glasses anymore or contacts. So, all right. So let's check out Biden's letter. So this is a letter he tweeted. Now, people have been pointing this out that this isn't an official White House stationery. This is just some random letter. Some people are saying his aides wrote it and then made him sign in. Apparently, Biden doesn't really sign like this, so I have no idea what's going on. But we'll see later today what's going on. If there's anything of hinky. Um, Apparently, rumors are circulating that Joe Biden is dead. That's hilarious. All right. So it says, my fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. The historic investments in rebuilding our country is in lowering prescription drug costs for our seniors and expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We provide critical need care to million veteran exposed to toxins, substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African American woman, because that's super important, to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the world. America has never been better. Been in a better position to lead than we are today. That's incorrect, but all right. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once in a century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliance around the world. It's been my great honor to serve you as president, and while it's been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in best country. In the best interest of my party and the country for me. It's interesting how he put the party first and not the country. Isn't that interesting? That it's like you would think, president would say it's the best interest in my country and then the party. I don't know. That's just me personally. I would like a president who cares more about the country than the party. This clearly shows he cares more about the party than the country. For me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all who have worked hard to see me and reelected. Hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris. Hey, got it right. It used to be Trump. For being an extraordinary partner in all this, and let me express my heartfelt appreciation for the American people for the faith and the trust you have placed in me. I believe today what I always have. There's nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. And that's Joe Biden. Now, again, like people were pointing out, it's kind of weird. He did this on unofficial White House stationery, and then apparently he doesn't normally sign his name like that. So that's according to them. Let's see. Mhm. Yeah, it looks like it. People might be onto something. I'm looking through a bunch of images here. I'll show you what I'm looking at. I don't know why I'm not showing you. So I'm looking through a bunch of images, and it doesn't look like there's many that it's the same as that. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows what's going on, people? I guess we'll see in the coming days what's going on. Oh, that's gonna be like if it turns out true that it's not actually a Biden sign. He's like, no, what are you talking about? I'm not dropping out. Like that would show that the Democrats are like in such chaos that they'll just end up losing an election for sure. All right. So there we go. Here's Van Coon Jones. Now, if you guys don't remember, right after the election, he was speaking on with CNN and all that stuff, and and he was one who was really pointing out that hey, this isn't Biden we know. This Biden is terrible. This Biden is blah blah blah. I'm really saddened. Blah blah blah. So now he's apparently gonna cry now or something like that. Does he actually cry? He breaks down real tears over Joe Biden. Okay, let's listen.
Even people who are pushing for this to happen, it's kind of like when your grandpa, you got to take the keys, and everybody, you got to take his keys, you got to take his keys, you got to, and he's fighting and everybody's so frustrated, and then you finally get the keys back, and then you just cry. Because this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody who was there for you. This is somebody you wouldn't be here without him. And you have to take something from him. Now, this is not, look, this politics is politics, but this is a human moment for one of the great humans in America. This is a huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him, for all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young person watching this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what it means to put the country first. And
no, see, here's the thing. They keep saying, "Oh, this is a selfless act. This is hold on. This is selfless act. This is patriotic. This is what being a leader." No, no, no. Being a leader and being all that stuff, like you knew his like he knew personally his health was failing to the point of not being able to do well during an election cycle and all that stuff. He's known for a long time. The true patriotism, true selfless act would have been to, hey, look, I can finish out my term, but I don't think I could do a reelection and go out and do 4 more years of this. I think all I got's one is just this last year in me, and I gotta call it quits. That is a selfless act. That's putting the country first. That's all that. But no, to spend what little 8 months campaigning saying no, I'm good, I'm all good, I'm all good. Even after that disastrous campaign, no, I'm all good. And then 4 months left until the election comes out. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm not that good, so I'm just not going to seek a re-election. That's not patriotism. That's nothing that's actually worthy of being proud of or some shit like that. Okay, so I'm really tired of Democrats. They're really trying to spin this story as like Biden's a great man. No, he's a selfish guy, and then probably he had a lot of people telling him, "It's like, look, there's no way you can go on like this. Like like you finally had a bunch of Democrats. It's like, look, we're not supporting you. All right, you can't go on. You need to leave." And like I said, it looks like it may not even be a signature, so it might have been a little coup in the Republican Party, or not the Democratic Party. Because let me show you this. So, like I said, I went through a bunch of Google images, and it looked like what they're saying is true. Now here's another one. God damn it. Like again, it's like you can see there. It's July 17th, June 14th, April 12th, March 27th, March 18th, all in 2024, and it's all the exact same signature. And then there's the top one, which is J.R. Biden's. That's what it looks like. At least it's not even close to his actual signature for the last months, as early as July, like as early as like 5 days ago. So as early as 5 days ago, his signature is completely different from the one that was on that resignation letter or whatever you want to call it. So it's looking like, hey, this might actually be a thing where Biden didn't actually sign this fucking thing. And of course, if he did end up signing it, that would just prove to us even more that, dude, this guy really doesn't need to be in the White House. But anyways, going on back to this this isn't true leadership. This isn't patriotism. This isn't like a great nothing. It's a guy who just tried his best and realized I can't fucking do this, or was told you're not going to be able to do this. You're gonna lose, and then quitting. See, there's a series I really like to read. It was originally by Vince Flynn, then it's Kyle Mills, and now I don't know who the new guy is. But the series is Mitch Rapp. He's basically an assassin for the United States. Basically, is his basic background. And so, but there was a President Hayes, and I'm trying to think. Hold on, I can't remember exactly what number it was. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. All right. So in the sixth book, President Hayes says, "Hey, I'm not seeking re-election. I have Parkinson's." Okay. Now, of course, he doesn't end up telling like his party till like later on, but he already had the he already had the intention of not of seeking re-election early on and stuff. Yeah, that was actually great patriotism, where he was like, "Hey, I really can't do this. I'm not going to seek re-election." Okay, that's not what we have here with Biden. All right, he wasn't planning on not seeking re-election at all from the get-go or anything like that. He was intending to seek re-election. He did a disastrous debate, and everyone, even like so bad, all the leadership is like, "Look, we can't have this guy on the ticket, or we're gonna be fucked." So that's what this is. Okay, if it turns out Biden's actually agreeing to drop out, and this wasn't just a Democratic coup. So all right, move on.
Put the party first and put the cost first. When your arm gets tired, you let somebody else finish pitching the game. That's what Joe Biden has done, and he's done that for all of us. And so I just want to say, I don't know who's going to be the VP, the non-VP. I don't know anything about politics. I just know that I love this man. I care about this man. It was painful every day to sit up here and talk about him like he's just some problem for the party. Wait till we get to the convention. You're going to see people crying, standing, screaming, cheering. He may not get a chance to talk for 10 minutes. We finally get a chance to put our arm around this guy. You did the right thing for this country. You did the right thing for this party. All of us are going to be in this situation someday. And I hope that we take a moment to honor this man and to love this man. I love Joe Biden. I appreciate what he's done. And a lot of people are heartbroken today. Even if it's the right thing, it's still just horrible.
Yeah, no one gives a shit. I'm just looking. So it's interesting is Kamala announced her all that stuff, but Schumer, Pelosi, Jeffries. I think Schumer and Jeffries, if I remember right, are this House. Let's see, the Senate Majority Leader and the House Minority Leader for the Democratic Party. They haven't endorsed Harris. There's 14 Democrats who haven't endorsed Harris either. There's apparently 203 who have publicly supported her. But all these are minor individuals. They're not that important. Important would be Schumer, Jeffries, and Pelosi's, I would say. And they have yet to endorse Kamala, which is interesting. So, but anyways, like I said, this guy, he's talking, he's just dumb. Like he's just talking about, oh, I love this man. He's so wonderful, blah, blah, blah. He's such a selfless individual, blah, blah. No, he's not. After like, weeks of people telling him like, look, you can't run. You can't run. You suck. All right. You're terrible. We'll lose if you run. After all that, now all of a sudden it's, oh no, now he's like, I can't do it anymore, so I'm just gonna drop out and then support Kamala, who has worse polling numbers than I do. But whatever, it's ridiculous. All right, let's see. Apparently, this is Biden announcing he's not running to re-election, but goes off script, much to his White House aides' dismay.
You will never be a real woman. You have no womb, you have no ovaries, you have no eggs. You're a homosexual man twisted by drugs and surgery into a crude mockery of nature's perfection.
Oh, okay.
All the valid...
Apparently this is fake. All right, never mind. I don't really look past much of these. I just click on them like, all right, cool. I look at the title, see, and then I bring it. So that was apparently fake. I never watched it in the first place. So I don't really care. All right, so then this is okay. So these are just libs of TikToks who like had a bunch of shit put together, and this is who Dems want president.
Poor hubby. Poor hubby.
No. It's gonna be a bunch of her cackling.
He knows how to sell right there. Okay.
All right, honestly, there's not much I can fucking really handle that. Never mind. Oh shit. All right, so this is breaking news from Laura Loomer. She's got, she does pretty accurate stuff. All right. At 10 a.m. today, White House Chief of Staff Jeffrey Zients is holding a mandatory call from White House staff, followed by a call for all political appointees in the Biden administration at 11 a.m. We may be getting close to a full-blown resignation from Joe Biden. His medical condition is now terminal from what my sources say, have told me. That's going to be interesting. This is like, look, if Biden, turns out Biden has a medical condition, and the Democrats hid that and were lying about it, because that's another thing that we gotta that people aren't really thinking at the moment. They're all saddened and all that shit by this, the Dems, but they're not, and then so they're like, okay, we'll support Harris, but then they don't remember that Harris is the one who's been helping hide this. All right, she has been honest with the American people. And that's going to, hit them hard at some point. They're going to be like, wait, this bitch was lying to us this entire time. The whole Democratic Party was lying to us this entire time. That Biden, there's no issues with Biden. No, he's all good. Then we had that terrible debate, and they still were saying, oh, no, he's fine. It's all right. It was just a bad night. It was a cold. And then they slowly saw news of Democrats saying, hey, Biden, you need to step out. But if it turns out he did have a disease, okay, and it ends up turning from, from like, hey, you just can't do this anymore to terminal. And it turns out that's going to hurt the Democratic Party real hard. Because the Democrats are going to realize, wait, you lied to us this entire time. You've been lying to us this entire time. You said he didn't have a medical condition. Now he does have a medical condition. The Republicans have been right this whole time, and you lied to us. They're going to be very pissed off if that turns out to be true. And we'll see that. I'm sure, we'll hear something in the next couple days. So that'll be interesting. All right. Now this apparently is an old video. It's of Judge Joe Brown destroying Kamala Harris. So let's listen.
You got Queen La Imhoff in there. You know who Imhoff is?
No.
Yeah, she does.
Who?
Mrs. Imhoff, Vice President of the United States, who goes by her maiden name,
Miss Kamala.
Kamala Harris. She's got 2 Jewish children she adopted. She married a Jewish husband who's got a interesting.
I'm scared to talk about Kamala Harris. I'll let you have that one.
She's a witch, and she is a corrupt witch. She's been corrupt her whole life, and she fucked her way to the top.
Oh, Lord.
They used to detail this witch in the LA Times with her sexual escapades. She fucked damn near everybody trying to get up. She used to be a frat hoe when she was at Howard. And she ain't black. You know,
I ain't got nothing to do with this, Miss Harris.
No, I mean, well, don't, but she's
I'm just, I don't know. I'm just listening.
Well, here's the thing. I actually met her father in Jamaica. I was the guest, said at the governor.
So there you go. Like, this is Judge Joe Brown. He's, you know, he's kind of like the black version of Judge Judy. I think it was. I think I've seen her a bunch of times, like that. So. So here is him, you know, that's him talking about Kamala Harris. Sorry about that. I've had complaints about snorting into the mic, so I'm trying to remember not to do that. But yeah, he's telling it how it is, what we all think. You know, Kamala Harris did sleep her way to the top. It's been kind of proven at this point, and that's what she did. She was banging her way to the top. That's how she got her start. So it's funny. All right, now we got another thing. This guy here is a random dude. Apparently, it's time to rally behind Vice President Harris because the racists are coming. Okay.
It's time to get active, K-Hive. We better rally the fucking troops around Vice President Kamala Harris because they're going to try to steal this election from her. I do not trust them. Everybody would have...
Oh, whoa. You think someone's going to say, hey, you're not allowed to have that opinion. You need to be canceled immediately. All right. You need to be canceled immediately.
Fucking BLM in their bio and women's reproductive rights flag and trans flag and rainbow flag. They are going to try to steal this from Vice President Kamala Harris. Thank God.
Nope. You're not allowed to think that at all. You're not allowed to think that at all, good sir. Okay, you're a denier. We must shun you.
God, Joe Biden don't give a fuck about what nobody else got to say. Even with him dropping out, he still endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to be the nominee.
No.
He made that very abundantly clear that he supports Vice President Kamala Harris, and I hope that his delegates are tried and true and will stick to the damn plan that Biden has laid in front of us.
Oh, see, what he's saying is the secret, is the quiet part out loud. This was the plan all along. Okay, that they were gonna wait till the primaries were over, basically, and wait till the DNC happened, and then make Kamala Harris, and so that people didn't really get a choice. They didn't really get to choose who their Democratic nominee was. Okay, they all rallied behind Joe Biden. Now he's dropped out. I know what he's actually saying is the plan is now. It's like, oh, well, now that he's dropped out, now the plan is for her to go forward. But she's so unlikable, and that's the thing. The only reason this guy here supports Kamala Harris is because she's black. She's got some black in her, and in more ways than one. And that's the only reason this guy here, this zesty looking motherfucker here, is so hardcore for her. That's all it is.
But I guarantee you what they're going to try to do is going to lie on Kamala Harris's record yet again, call her a DEI hire. They're going to talk about her.
Yeah, she is a DEI hire. It's very clear. It's coming from the president, whose only qualifications for his Supreme Court he looked at was black and a woman. Okay. When he supported a Supreme Court nominee nominated one, that was his only that's his only That was his only criteria. Anyways, so yeah. Oh, that's something else. So, but also, we don't have to lie about Kamala. We didn't have to lie about Biden. We just said the truth, and it was true, and you guys denied it. We don't have to lie about Kamala. All right, her record is really bad. Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her her candidacy in 2020 in 4 minutes, and we're gonna watch that here real soon. But let's finish up with you.
Approval ratings. They're going to do every fucking thing to try to make sure that they insert somebody white other than Kamala Harris. But I want black people to understand that now is the time to hold the fucking line. Do not allow them to do it, because for too damn long, we have been sidelined. For too damn long, we have been looked over.
You talking about for the past, 8 years? 8 years is too long.
It is time for us to fucking lead and fix this fucking country. And Kamala Harris is the right person to do it. She is the most. And I don't give a fuck who they put up. Kamala Harris is the most qualified to do the fucking job. She's worked on a local and federal as DA, as Attorney General, as Senator.
Yeah, and she prosecuted black people at a high rate. If I remember correctly, she held black people who had marijuana charges longer than their sentences as a DA. So she did that. So she really cares about black people, guys.
And as vice president, there is nobody who has more foreign experience than Kamala Harris, because she's met with over 100 fucking leaders. Do not fucking play with it. All I know is, even if we do get Kamala as...
I can't really take this guy seriously. He's all zesty looking, and he's fucking wearing a pink shirt. Like what? Like this is who he thinks people are gonna rally behind him. Like, oh yeah, totally.
As our nominee, we are still into a fucking fight, because we're gonna have legal fucking challenges because of the ballot change.
Yeah,
I want you guys to be clear-eyed, and I want you guys to stand 10 toes down. Do not waver on that shit. Do not fucking move. But I guarantee you, Democrats, if you fuck around and you try to replace Kamala Harris and you try to sideline her, you will lose black voters for years to fucking come. I don't...
Ha! If only that were true. If only that were true. Okay? If only that were true. No, black people, like, it's going to take something other than this for black people to stop voting Democrats. Like, Democrats been screwing over black people for years now. And oh, no, we sidelined a black woman. Come on. And an unpopular black woman. Let's get that straight. She's very unpopular. So it's funny, like, this guy's trying to, like, oh, let's rally behind Kamala. She's really unpopular. She's wildly unpopular. Wildly unpopular. And the only reason that she's having any kind of support is the TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. That's the only way. Otherwise, she's wildly unpopular.
I don't give a fuck what donors got to say. Donors should not. The things that really pisses me off is donors should not go over voters. There was 15 million people who voted for Joe Biden, but apparently donors are more important than voters. And I guess democracy might be dead at this motherfucking point. But let me just get to my final word. Black voters, stand on that shit. We have
like, why? Like, what if they just don't like Kamala Harris and they think she's a shit person just because Biden endorsed her? That means that all sins are gone. Like, come on, what is this crap? You should be like, the only reason he's backing her is literally what we just said. It was the DEI. It's because she's black. All right, if she was some white broad, and Biden endorsed her, wouldn't say shit.
Have a fucking assignment. We know the fucking assignment. Let's fulfill this shit. Let's break this fucking ceiling.
Okay, dude. Look. Trump's more black than Kamala is. Come on, the dude has been prosecuted unfairly and unjustly. All right, he's been prosecuted unfairly and unjustly by a corrupt system. He's been shot at. All right, Like many men, guys, many men. like again, like Trump's more black than fucking Kamala Harris. What are you fucking talking about? Oh man, that's hilarious. All right. So let's get a throwback. Let's watch as Tulsi Gabbard ended Kamala Harris's bid for the presidency in 2020. So let's listen to this, because this was epic. Like I was watching this and I was like, oh shit, she owned this broad. Let's check it out.
Back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionate.
Fucking ads.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who are on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology. Our Democratic Party, unfortunately, is not the party that is of, by, and for the people. It is a party that has been and continues to be influenced by the foreign policy establishment in Washington, represented by Hillary Clinton and others' foreign policy, by the military-industrial complex and other greedy corporate interests.
Senator Harris, any response?
Oh, sure. I think that it's unfortunate that we have someone on the stage who is attempting to be the Democratic nominee for president of the United States, who during the Obama administration spent 4 years full-time on Fox News criticizing President Obama.
That's
So? Well, you can't, oh God, can't criticize Obama.
Spent full-time, who has spent full-time criticizing people on this stage as affiliated with the Democratic Party. When Donald Trump was elected, not even sworn in, buddied up to Steve Bannon to get a meeting with Donald Trump, fails to call a war criminal by what he is as a war criminal, and then spends full time during the course of this campaign, again, criticizing the Democratic Party. What we need on the stage in November is someone who has the ability to win. And by that, we need someone on that stage who has the ability to go toe-to-toe with Donald Trump, and someone who has the ability to rebuild the Obama coalition and bring the party and the nation together. I believe I am that candidate.
Thank you, Senator. Congresswoman Gabbard, I'll give you a chance to respond.
What Senator Harris is doing is unfortunately continuing to traffic in lies and smears and innuendos because she cannot challenge the substance of the argument that I'm making, the leadership and the change that I'm seeking to bring in our politics, which only makes me guess that she will, as president, continue
the status quo, continue the Bush-Clinton-Trump foreign policy of regime change wars, which is deeply destructive.
So there you go. Nice old throwback where, and it wasn't long after this, I think her numbers either dropped or she ended up dropping from the race entirely. After this, like it was very bad how terrible that she did, and it's really funny. All right, so let's see. Yeah, that's all we got on Kamala. That's all we got on Kamala. Like, again, this is, it's like I said, it wasn't long after that she ended up dropping from the race, and that was hilarious to me. But yeah, she pointed out that like these are who that guy previously was talking about. Like, yeah, vote for Kamala Harris. Well, she doesn't care about black people. Why should you vote for someone who clearly doesn't care about black people? Kamala doesn't give a shit. She extended sentences, held information back from death row people that would help them get out of jail or get off death row, all this stuff. And also it's funny too is she talks about Obama. Even the Obamas haven't endorsed her. Biden endorsed her, but Obama hasn't. He gave a statement praising Biden, but didn't offer any endorsement behind Kamala. That's interesting. Now that might change here pretty soon. Who knows? But as of right now, Kamala Harris doesn't even have the support of the Obamas. And you know how much the Democrats love the Obamas. All right, so let's move on from Kamala to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has made a statement or has talked about this. So we'll watch this quick clip of news running about
the country, blasting Biden as the worst president by far in the history of our nation, adding whoever the left puts up now will just be more of the same. It was just over a week ago after the attempt on Trump's life.
Fresh agave taste from fresh West Bay.
Trump and Biden shared what both men described as a good, respectful chat, Biden calling his rival.
I spoke with him last night. I'm grateful. He's doing well, and Jill and I keep him and his family in our prayers.
Tonight, Trump declaring Biden was not fit to run for president and is certainly not fit to serve. And now some of the nation's top Republicans following Trump's lead, calling on Biden to resign from office. House Speaker Mike Johnson saying if Joe Biden is not fit to run for president, he is not fit to serve as president. He must resign the office immediately. The Trump campaign now having to...
Now, I disagree with Mike Johnson. I think you could be, depending on how many long. Like, if it was like 2 years left, that'd be one thing. But we got like, what? Let's see. So 4 months, November. So 6 months, right? November, December, January. Yeah, so about 2 months. So we got 6 months left. I think that's, unless like he would have to be seriously bad for him to not be fit to run for 6 months. But again, if this was like 2 years, we'd have to have a conversation there. But 6 months, I think he can last 6 months.
Shift course, though they've been preparing for weeks. Trump polling the crowd in Michigan yesterday.
So who would you like to most run against if you're us, if we want to win? Ready? Kamala Harris. Crooked Joe Biden. All right. I don't think we have to go too much further.
The Republican National Committee already out with an ad attacking Vice President Harris, though she's not yet the Democratic nominee.
Warning. The following may upset liberals who don't want voters to know the truth about Kamala Harris.
And tonight, Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, bluntly saying, Joe Biden has been the worst president in my lifetime, and Kamala Harris has been right there with him every step of the way. She owns all of these failures.
So again, like even though the vice presidency is just a ceremonial role. Whenever you get a very shit presidency, um, or any controversy, it falls on that vice president as well, as you are seen, even regardless of that ceremonial role, you are seen as close to the president, as uh, as as part of his like you're his basically his his second in command. That's what you're viewed as. So any shit that happens that happens during the Biden administration is automatically covered onto her as well. So that's something too. So all the decisions Biden's made falls under her too. Again, also covering up the fact that Biden was ill pair or ill is look he was he was not fit to be president. Everyone fucking knew that. and Kamala Harris also put in is like I said, covered in that of hiding that fact, because she went on, no, Biden's great, Biden's great, Biden's great. So that's another thing, is like I said, all the shit that gets covered that hits the Biden administration falls on the vice president as well. So plus the cover up. All right, and then there's more on Biden, Trump and Vance's response. I think this was yesterday, as well.
You'd investigate the people that hid Joe Biden's condition?
Well, I think somebody has to look at it. Look, you had people that lied to the American public, and I tell you what, you ought to take a look at his doctors, because his doctors keep giving him this wonderful report. I'm not a doctor, but I saw him the other day, was unable to get up the children's stairs going into Air Force Ones.
Is it a coup against Joe Biden?
It's sort of, yeah.
I think it is. I mean, look, there's a constitutional process, the 25th Amendment. If Joe Biden can't run for president, he can't serve as president.
Again, that's inaccurate. Just because you can't run for president doesn't mean you can't serve. Again, it would be a different conversation if it was, if he had 2 years left. if you had 2 years left, you'd have a good response, or that'd be a good response. Like, look, we got 2 years left. He can't run for president. He's not fit to serve as president. But we got 6 months left. Oh, sorry. So we got 6 months left. That's a little different. That's a small time frame. So I don't think that's entirely accurate. Now they're going to keep saying that, and it's a good talking point. But again, I don't think that's really accurate. As 6 months, that's not a big deal.
And if they want to take him down because he's mentally incapable of serving, invoke the 25th Amendment. You don't get to sort of do this in the most politically beneficial way for Democrats. If it's an actual problem, they should take care of it in the appropriate way.
You'd investigate the people that hid Joe Biden's.
Okay, so there we go. That's Vance's and Trump's statement. And not long after all this was announced, Trump had it's like they knew this was coming or something, because they had an ad already on Kamala. It's like they knew this was coming.
In on it. She covered up Joe's obvious mental decline.
Our president is in good shape, in good health, tireless, vibrant, and I have no doubt about the strength of the work that we have done.
But Kamala knew Joe couldn't do the job, so she did it. Look what she got done. A border invasion, runaway inflation.
Like I said, everything that happens during the Biden campaign automatically gets flung at the mud on Kamala. It's like the fruit of the poisonous tree. Whatever happens at the at the top trickles down to the base. Now there are positions in the Biden administration that allows you to put some distance between you and the presidency, but vice president isn't. So all the decisions made during the vice presidency, it ends up automatically transferring to the vice president regardless. So
the American dream dead. They created this mess. Kamala owns this failed record. Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising. Kamala was in on.
That's a great fucking ad. I love how they had that right. It's like they knew. Okay, it's like they knew. They're like, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. So we're gonna have to do something about that. We gotta have this ad ready when it happens. And there's people pointing out that hey, this is sucking all the air out of the shooting and the energy of the RNC. This is true. It's exactly what it's doing as well. And I don't think it's going to end up helping them as much as people think. Because again, Kamala is widely unliked. It's widely unliked. So we'll see how she does at the convention, the DNC. We'll see how that happens. Especially if it comes out that Biden does have a terminal illness, and they hid this for X amount of months or year or even years, and that's going to hurt Kamala even more. So. And then this is RFK. Like, look, they saddled RFK for Biden and then ended up not, and Biden can't even actually run. This guy would be probably a challenge for Trump in the election. So let's hear what RFK has to say about Biden, Biden dropping out.
You mentioned Kamala Harris is who you said that the Democratic Party appeared poised to put into that position. You were critical there, obviously, of President Biden's policy. What, if anything, is different? How do you compare yourself to Kamala Harris if she does become the Democratic nominee for president?
Well, I think, Kamala Harris is the party of war. She's a war hawk. The Democratic Party was always the peace party. Kamala Harris is a war hawk on Ukraine. She's a war hawk on China. I think that we should be figuring out ways to coexist with the rest of the world as best we can. Of course, we need to protect our national security. I think she's not going to do anything about the national deficit. I've never heard her speak about the chronic disease epidemic, I think she's a product of the corporate control of our democracy. And she's one of the authors of, in terms of civil rights, she has one of the worst civil rights record of any public official. She's the author of one of the primary authors of the school to prison pipeline. She kept 5,000 people, despite a Supreme Court order that she released 5,000 prisoners of nonviolent drug crimes who were illegally in California jails. She kept them in there saying that we needed them for firefighting and for other public work services. And that's just a modern version of indentured servitude, a modern version of slavery. She was one of the two leading public officials in California, which now has the worst education system, 49th in education outcomes in the country. 50% of the homeless people in our country are in California, and she was behind those policies. I don't think she has a good, I don't think, in terms of the traditional democratic principles, I don't think she has a credible record.
Yeah. Like, look, I fucking hate listening to that guy speak. He sounds so weak. Like, it's hard to listen to him speak. And I know he has a little throat disease and stuff, but it's also why he wouldn't, he'd be a better option than Biden or Kamala, but he wouldn't be a great option as, regardless, when he's interacting with people, especially leaders, people are just going to view him as weak. And it's going to take a lot to overcome that. All right. Let's see. So this is Joe Manchin. He is saying that he's going to, he's considering re-registering for the DNC. Might consider rerunning again. We'll see. Let's see. He's an American politician, businessman, serving as senior United States Senator for West Virginia, a seat he has held since 2010. So for 14 years, he's been a senator. He was the governor of West Virginia for 5 years, the Secretary of State of West Virginia for 4. He became the state senior U.S. Senator when Jay Rockefeller left office in 2015, and was the only West Virginia on congressional West Virginia's only congressional Democratic until 2024, when he registered as an independent. Before entering politics, it's not that important. So he won the 2004 West Virginia gubernatorial election by a large margin. He won the 2010 special election to fill the Senate seat vacated by the incumbent Democratic Robert Byrd's death with 53% of the votes. And in 2012, was elected to full term with 61% of the votes. Manchin won a second term in 2018 with just under 50% of the votes. Sorry. In both elections, he drastically outperformed the Democratic presidential candidate in the state. As of 2024, Manchin represents what is by a significant margin the most Republican-leaning constituency in any Democratic or Independent Congress. He opposed Obama's energy policies, including reductions and restrictions on coal mining, voted against the cloture for the Don't Ask, Don't Tell Repeal Act of 2010, not voting on the bill itself, supported Trump's border wall and immigration policy, and voted to confirm most of Trump's cabinet and judicial appointees, including Gorsuch and Kavanaugh. On the other hand, Manchin voted against repeated attempts to repeal Affordable Care Act, against the Tax Cut and Job Act 2017, voted to convict Trump in both of his impeachment trials, voted against Amy Coney Barrett's nomination, voted to confirm Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court, and was a Senate sponsor of the Inflation Reduction Act. In the 2020 election, Manchin became a key swing vote in the Senate, which was split 50-50 between Democrats and Republicans, but controlled by Democrats because Vice President Kamala Harris was the tiebreaker. Since passing legislation with only Democratic support required Manchin's vote, he wielded a large influence in the 117th Congress. So there we go. So that's who Manchin is. Okay. And so he's says he's considering re-registering as a Democrat to run for president. So he's currently an independent, and now he's considering re-registering as a Democrat so he can run for president in the DNC. Now remember, the DNC is like in a couple weeks. August 9th, I think. Let's check that. Yeah. Oh no, August 19th to the 20th. So we got about a month. A little less than a month left. All right. Fox News confirmed Manchin, who in May left the Democratic Party, registered as an independent, said Sunday he's considering re-registering with his original party and running for president. Manchin said he was considering the party switch, throwing his hat in the ring for president, even just to have a discussion of bringing the party back to center. Early in the day on Sunday, Manchin called on Biden to step aside. He will go down with a legacy, unlike many people, as one of the finest and surely a patriot in America. Manchin said of Biden during an appearance on ABC this week. And so, with that, I come with a heavy heart to think that time has come for him to pass the torch to the next generation. Manchin changed his party registration from Democrat to Independent this year, though he still caucuses with the Democrats in the Senate. In the 3 weeks since Biden's disastrous debate performance against Trump, Manchin said he thought the president needed time to evaluate and make a decision if he was going to at the time. The senator also acknowledged Democratic colleagues facing competitive races in Congress or at state levels in November who fear Biden's re-election campaign could ruin their chances. The senator privately expressed grave concerns to Biden's allies, including Senator Chris Coons, Democrat of Delaware, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat of New York, in the immediate aftermath of the debate, but decided to cancel scheduled appearances on Sunday shows. Politico previously reported in doing so, Manchin reportedly intended to give Biden time to decide on the matter on his own, but the senator changed course. Manchin's surprising decision to switch from a Democrat to independent in May came amid reports that he was being encouraged to run for governor of West Virginia by moderate Republicans dissatisfied with the party's nominee, State Attorney General Patrick Morrisey. It also came ahead of a deadline for filing as an independent in West Virginia. Questions about those reports in late May, Manchin downplayed the rumor but would not rule them out. He said the Democratic nominee, Hunting Mayor Steve Williams, is a friend. West Virginia Metro News sources close to the senator said at least 20 Republicans with financial resources have encouraged Manchin to run for governor. So there you go. Didn't really say about whether he was considering it or not, but whatever. That's what you get sometimes. So there you go. That's all the news going on with Trump and and Harris and all that stuff. So be interesting. Very interesting. We'll see what happens. So we'll see what's going on in the coming days with this. Apparently, Biden's schedule for the rest of the week is blank. So that's kind of interesting. So again, we'll just have to see what happens. Again, this came as a bit of a surprise. I really didn't think he was going to do it. I saw the rumors and everything. I was like, all right, cool, yeah. But I didn't think he was actually going to do it. So it's just all interesting. It's very interesting. We'll have to see what's going on. Some few announcements. Not really announcements, but I'll definitely be covering tomorrow. The director of the Secret Service, she was in front of Congress today. I'm seeing here and out. Doesn't look like it went really very well for her. We'll see how the rest of it goes. I don't know how long that's going to take. I'm switching up my schedule for the gym and going Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for sure. Because Mondays, it's just I have to work so early that it's such a pain to try and like go to the gym, do the show, go to the gym. So I was like, all right, let's just do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays and go from there. So, yeah. Trying to think. I don't think I got anything else. Oh, there's apparently going to be a debate with Andrew Wilson and Destiny sometime in the future that I'll cover. Hold on. Let's see. So, Destiny calls out Tim Pool and puts a debate call for conservatives. It's going to be over like Trump and the J6 stuff and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, Andrew Wilson's like, I'll do it. Myron said he'll host. They may do 2v2. And I need to cover that because Rob Noor and Destiny got into it about Trump. And from the little I heard, Rob Noor owned Destiny hard. So we'll look at that. But whenever this happens, I will definitely watch it and cover it because I think that's going to be a really good debate. So we'll have to see. I think that's all I got. Yeah. So I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure you like the video, please. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to do better and better with my reporting and stuff. I do enjoy doing this show, especially in days like this when something like this is like the weirdest time to be alive. We've had an assassination attempt on an nominee. We've had a president step down. Let's see, when was the last time a president resigned? He's not really resigning, so I guess that doesn't count. But we've had a president not seek re-election. Okay. On the Google list. Yeah, it wasn't. It hasn't been since Lyndon Johnson. That we've had a president not seek re-election. Let's see. So it's been 5 decades since. Let's see. Harry Truman, Calvin Coolidge, James Polk, James Buchanan, Rutherford Hayes, and Theodore Roosevelt also declined seeking a term when eligible. So these were all the people who didn't seek another term. Some of those. Hold on. Some of those. Okay, so with some of those, with let's see. So that's 51. Hold on, I'm looking. Hold on, sorry, I'm looking. Hold on. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry. Now to be fair on those, let's see. So from prior to after, or let's see. Hold on. So Calvin Coolidge, James Polk, James Buchanan, Rutherford Hayes, and Theodore Roosevelt. Those are all presidents prior to the signing of the 22nd Amendment, which put term limits on the president. So I think a lot of them, if not all, served 2 terms. So we would consider them serving all their terms nowadays. But prior to that, they weren't. Sorry, I had to look that up because I was like, wait, when was the 22nd Amendment enacted? So there we go. And then I got confused on Harry Truman because he had a weird number. But Franklin Roosevelt died during his 4th term, I think, and then he became president. And then so he served his remaining term as president, the remaining Roosevelt's term, and then you're able to, that doesn't, although you served as president, it doesn't really count as your time. So you could, foreseeably, like what could happen, I think, is Kamala Harris, like Biden could win re-election, be president for a few months, and then say, I gotta step aside. Kamala Harris could finish out his term and still run twice and get elected twice. It's a possibility. So there we go. All right. Anyways, sorry, I got distracted. Like the video. Hope you guys will like and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you give me a follow. Hope you have a good day. Peace out. See you later.